Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni created a stir at Washington, D.C., during U.S. President Donald Trump's high-profile multilateral meeting with European Union leaders and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, when she greeted the U.S. Chief of Protocol. Russian President Vladimir Putin called Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to share insights on his recent meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump in Alaska regarding the Ukraine conflict. During the phone call, Modi reiterated India's consistent call for a peaceful resolution to the ongoing Ukraine conflict and expressed support for all efforts aimed at achieving this goal. Modi also thanked Putin for the update and looked forward to continued exchanges between the two leaders. Hyderabad-based Dvipa Defence India Private Limited has developed an indigenous submachine gun, SMG, known as the U-19, chambered in the popular 9x19mm caliber. This weapon is poised to soon enter trials with India's paramilitary forces, marking an important step in advancing India's self-reliance in small arms manufacturing. The U-19 SMG is designed with a focus on ergonomics, compactness, and operational efficiency, tailored to meet the demanding needs of paramilitary and law enforcement personnel engaged in close-quarter combat scenarios. The U-19 SMG benefits from Dvipa Defence's growing expertise in small arms innovation, complementing their other indigenous products like the Ugram assault rifle series. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, conducted extensive tests on the Navy and Coast Guard's Dhruv Advanced Light Helicopters, ALH, off the coast of Visakhapatnam over a continuous period of 2 weeks in August 2025. The objective of these rigorous trials was to collect critical data aimed at identifying and fixing persistent flaws that led to the grounding of the Naval and Coast Guard Dhruv fleet approximately 7 months ago following a fatal crash of a Coast Guard ALH near Porbandar, Gujarat, on January 5, 2025. The test operations involved flying instrumented Dhruvs, one each from the Navy and Coast Guard, equipped with sensors and gauges to monitor key components of the helicopter's integrated dynamic system. This included close scrutiny of the transmission system, gearbox, rotor hub, and the loads these subsystems endure in different maritime operating environments and weather conditions. India is preparing to acquire nearly 450 fighter jets in the coming years as part of a comprehensive plan to modernize and expand the Indian Air Force, IAF, amid growing geopolitical challenges, especially from neighboring China and Pakistan. The Indian Air Force currently has around 31 active combat squadrons, significantly below the desired strength of 42 squadrons. Each squadron typically comprises 18 to 20 aircraft, and the goal is to restore and even surpass the squadron strength required to maintain air supremacy along India's sensitive northern and western borders. The Border Roads Organization, BRO, is aiming to complete the construction of the 135-kilometer-long Chushul-Demchok Highway, also known as the Chushul-Dumti-Fuch-Demchok (CDFD) road, along the Line of Actual Control (LAC), by the end of 2025. As of August 2025, approximately 85% of this strategically vital infrastructure project has been completed. This highway, once a dirt track used traditionally between Demchok and Chushul in Ladakh, is being upgraded to a single-lane national highway to vastly improve mobility and logistics in the region near the India-China border. The Indian Coast Guard, ICG, is set to operationalize Phase 2 of its Coastal Surveillance Network, CSN, by the end of 2025, which will involve the deployment of 38 new radar stations. This expansion is a critical upgrade designed to enhance India's maritime domain awareness and coastal security across its vast 7,500-kilometer coastline. Phase I of the project had already established 46 radar stations, including coverage in mainland coastal areas as well as island territories such as Lakshadweep, Minicoy, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These existing stations employ advanced technologies like frequency diversity radars, electro-optical sensors, thermal imagers, and automatic identification systems to provide real-time surveillance and vessel tracking. The Phase 2 expansion aims to close coverage gaps identified in the initial network and make the radar surveillance system leak-proof by increasing the total number of static radar stations to 84. The new radar stations will come equipped with improved technology and a higher proportion of domestically manufactured components in line with the government's Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. On August 18, 2025, a tragic incident occurred in the Bijapur district of Chhattisgarh during an anti-Maoist operation. A District Reserve Guard (DRG) team was conducting an operation in the Indravati National Park area when an improvised explosive device, Aide, planted by Naxalites detonated in the morning. The blast resulted in the martyrdom of one DRG Jawan, Dinesh Nag, while 3 other personnel sustained injuries. The injured are reported to be in stable condition, having received first aid and are being evacuated for further medical treatment.